Obviously today is a bank holiday. I've been doing some bits with the kids, and then I've just been looking at the Merlot, so here it is. Oh yeah, actually before that, Morgan's come and borrowed the muck spreader. He's spreading muck at home. Rob's off because he's watching the Liverpool parade. John's been in sorting some wheat out, putting the last batch through the dryer. And I think Andrew's been messing with his sheep. So yeah, anyway, this is a little bit what I've been doing, and I'm back at the yard in a bit, looking at some corn. You all right, James? It's obviously a Monday, bank holiday Monday. 2 wins to spread fertiliser, that's even if it's worth putting on. Got to do some trimming at one of the dog fields, so we're going to the ice cream farm before that. So saddled up, half an hour later than we thought, but off we go. Now, I know some people aren't into seeing me out with the kids for the day, but the ice cream farm is one hell of a diversification project. So here's a minute of the little bits and bobs that it has there. Whee! This is the Cheshire ice cream farm.
Tyres having a go.
Smile! It's like a Fred Flintstone tractor, isn't it, James? Are we winning? Watch where you're going, up wave. Come on, Clara. What are you doing, James? James? Do you want to go on the fence, do you, James?
Okay.
Sit down. James, come on, we've got to get off now. Next job, do some trimming up there after we've lifted the gate. Just at the top of Charlotte's dog field in Cuddington. How steep it is. It's rain, but it's still dead at the top. Where it's sandy, nothing's growing. And I'm just going to trim round this. You would actually think it's been sprayed off. It's just completely dead. Trimming, and my mum reckons that there was a queue all the way down our road. People trying to get to watch the Liverpool homecoming parade thing. And we're 7 miles out the centre of the city. So, madness anyway. Going to finish off this last bit and then head for home. That trimmer mustn't have come in much string because it's run out already. Anyway, it's started to rain proper now, so time for home. Well, this has shocked me. This is the barley at Warrington. It's not very thick, but it's a bit taller than the rest of the stuff. Just starting to shoot now. Question is, do we give it any more fertiliser, or is there enough underneath it? This field here, you can see like the lumpy and bumpy bits. It's where it's just lay a bit wetter. It's a bit more advanced. But it looks pretty clean. Weed control's worked anyway. A little bit less disease in this one as well. It's just sown a little bit later. Not saying that, he says that. There's a bit of... Is it loose smut or bunt, whatever they call it? Just a tiny bit there. Had a little bit of that last year, but didn't really go any worse. As soon as we can, we're going to have to come and trim that hedge down so we can see to get out. When you're on a tractor, you can't really see a lot. Some people just can't take the pace. Back from checking the barley and the dog field. I think that barley's had a shower of rain. a few weeks ago, which we didn't get here because it's so much more advanced than the field across the road, which was sown, I think, a few days before that. I'll cross the road and I'll show you. Yeah, this field is well behind. There's the odd random one though that's jumped up, but this is quite far behind. We'll ignore the miss with the drill. Still relatively dry. See, crumbling open. Dry in the middle. Mum and Dad have had rodents chewing the car. Look at that, it's chewed the brake cap on this, which is an easy fix. And then they've just started to nibble on the corner there. Little sods. Some Warburton's new potatoes for me tea. They're getting bigger now. Probably have to cut that one into 3. Right, seeing as I've got my Alliance coat on, which has kept me relatively dry today, we're going to have a shameless plug on these tyres. So we put these 585 tyres on the Merlot on the 31st of May last year. So in about 5 days, they'd have been on a year. Now, can you see them little bits there? They're still on, and the corners of the grips are still pretty sharp. I reckon it's done around 700 hours on them tyres, and I don't even think there's 10% gone off them. They're still pretty savage, and it's all because of this middle band taking the weight and them not flexing too much, if you will. We are predominantly a yard or a road-based tyre, but they've still got plenty of space to grip in a field, so they're what you'd call a hybrid. But the wear rate on them is brilliant compared to the set on the other machine. I mean, the front normally wear a bit quicker. Let's have a look at the front, but they just look exactly, get the sun so it's not on it, they just look exactly the same to me. They're still pretty savage, still cut square on the corners, still got the little bobbles in the middle. So I'm really pleased with them, because that's the thing with telehandlers, because all 4 wheels spin, and then when they're on a yard, you're just leaving the tread behind. It's, you know, the concrete's just grinding it off like sandpaper. Whereas this is what you call curbside, so on the road this would wear more as well. But again, you know, fairly sharp still. Bit still in the middle. So yeah, there you go. There's a shameless plug for a set of 585, they're called Alliance tyres. I'd definitely put them on when we swap the machine again. And to be honest, you could just swap these. If you bought a new machine, you just swap them over, because there's nothing wrong with them. And then that means then your trading will be on brand new ag tyres. But I think even the other telehandler that's sat on ag tyres will fit it to them as well. Both of these Merlots actually are 2 years old now this summer, and they have a 2-year warranty on. So they're coming to see me in the next few weeks to discuss whether the deal adds up to either extend the warranty or trade them both in for 2 others. Like I say, we like to keep stuff in warranty, and the little mini one, we had that, I think, 3 years. Swapped that, didn't we, early on or late on last year. But we've got a fixed cost then. It's just how much it costs us a month. Then you've only got to put fuel in it and service it. Whereas if they start to come out of warranty and you have a problem with an engine or a transmission or even the air compacting or something like that, or hydraulic pipes, not only you more than round fixing it, but you're also buying parts for it as well. It generally doesn't add anything to the machine, whereas now we literally just pay the depreciation off on a bit of interest, just keep them going. We take the risk on the depreciation though by the way we HP them over 60 months. But if you buy them right in the right spec, touch wood, it generally adds up after a year or two after 2 years to swap them. But we'll see what they say when they come out. Back now, that bay is completely empty. All the wheat that we were worried about is through the dryer. This shed should be completely empty now, but we'll just go and check. Unless there's 3 or 4 ton of barley left in one corner, there could be actually. Yeah, completely empty of wheat. Just that tiny weeny pile of barley there. Doesn't even look like 3 ton, to be perfectly honest. That's all cleaned out now, so the next job in here will be pressure wash it all out, disinfect it all, fumigate it, get it ready for next harvest. Shed next door, I'll go and show you. This, I think, is going to be all leaving this next week because I sold all the wheat for April movement so that we had June completely free to clean the sheds out. This one we filled for the last few years with OSR, 3,500 ton, because people can't grow anymore because of the loss of the seed dressing and the decline of the price in agriculture and people using SFI options. They can't fill it this year, so they don't want to rent the shed or the space cooperative. So do we use it ourselves for our own stuff and just make life a little bit easier? Sounds good in theory, but it was a significant income being able to fill it and use the space. So do we look at some of the options that are coming into the docks? There's all sorts of different grain meals and different things get imported into Liverpool. They empty the vessels, then drip it back out again, a bit like what we did the other year with some sugar beet pellets. Do we look at that as an option and just keep the shed full empty, and then we're utilising the space? We built this 10 years ago this year, and I think we filled it 9 times, so it's more than paid for, but equally it's a nice income if it is still full. Remember, I used to do Diversification Sunday. I know it is a Monday today, but yeah, maybe we should do that, talk a little bit more about what else is going on the farm that pays the bills and the mortgages. This is some of the stuff that the dryer has cleaned out of the wheat in the last week. So that is now boiler fuel. Put that in the boiler and then we'll use that for drying wood chip or drying grain in harvest. I suppose I better go and find a dry bumper. I've not had that trouble for the last few months. It's been it's been the bateman all the time because it's not rain. But of course, if the bateman lives outside, which it is at the moment, if you get rain, you can't do the birthday to the marker. So I'll go and do it on a buggy. Only 2 today. Jack Hickman is 13 and James McClintock is 49, 50 next year. And we're up to £91,259. Anyone been watching Clarkson's Farm new series? Did you see the Corvus in there moving stuff around? Exactly the same, but it's not got the full doors. Anyway, I'm waffling now. That's all for the day. Hope you enjoyed it. Kind of had a day off other than a bit of crop walking and a bit of strimming. But yeah, it's weird to be so far up to date at this time of year, but dry weather's certainly helped. Yeah, that's the only bonus for not having any yield this year. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Just watching myself now just to see how much policing it's got, because we obviously struggle with the tractor run, don't we?